by brick it seems. GPPC, we're here, but the wait's sincere. Projects take their time. Just you wait. We'll get it right. It's fine. Keep the faith.
AP News, I'm Ed Donahue. The black box recorder has been recovered from the UPS cargo plane that crashed and exploded after takeoff in Louisville, Kentucky. At least 9 people were killed. Todd Inman is with the National Transportation Safety Board.
You can easily tell that it was a black box, 2 types of cylinders on top. Our specialists said they were able to easily identify that. We don't know until it gets to Washington, D.C. I will tell you that they're manufactured to a very specific standard. Luckily, they were not in a post-impact fire for multiple days or on the bottom of the ocean.
Inman says there was a fire in the plane's left wing and the engine detached during takeoff. Investigators say the airplane apparently did undergo heavy maintenance within the past month. Former FBI Director James Comey was back in court. Here's the AP's Eric Tucker.
I was in court in Alexandria, Virginia, as former FBI Director James Comey made his second court appearance in a Justice Department case accusing him of lying to Congress 5 years ago. Comey sat at the defense table with his lawyers but did not address the judge. One of the things that was really notable during the hearing was that the federal magistrate who's been involved in the case scolded prosecutors and ordered them to turn over a trove of materials to Comey and his defense team. He said he was concerned that the Justice Department had taken a posture of indicting first and investigate later. Obviously, that's not the way the system is supposed to work, so that was an unusual admonition to hear.
Arguments at the Supreme Court concluded for the day as the justices consider President Trump's sweeping unilateral tariffs in a $1 trillion test of executive power. Conservative justices seem skeptical of the president's tariffs, potentially putting at risk a key part of his agenda in the biggest legal test yet of his presidency. President Trump celebrated his economic achievements on the anniversary of his election victory in Miami today, claiming the economy is thriving. This is AP News. Israel returns the bodies of 15 Palestinians to Gaza.
The latest return of 15 bodies made as part of the fragile Israel-Hamas ceasefire comes a day after Palestinian militants in Gaza handed over the body of an Israeli soldier taken hostage in the 2023 attack that started the war. The announcement, made by officials at Nasser Hospital in Khan Yunis, Gaza, brings the number of Palestinian bodies returned to Gaza to 285. Militants in Gaza have released 1 to 3 bodies every few days. Israel's push to speed up the returns and in certain cases has said the remains were not those of hostages. Hamas has said the work is complicated by widespread devastation. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
A powerful Iowa judge has been charged with operating a vehicle while intoxicated after witnesses say she drove the wrong way on a highway while passed out behind the wheel. I'm Ed Donahue, AP News.
If you see something, say something, and stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
It's the 12 packs of Christmas from Bud Light to you. Buy a pack here at home, win big prizes too. Gather your friends, the season is here. It's the 12 packs of Christmas from Bud Light.
The 12 weeks of cheers are on. Purchase any 12-pack of Bud Light, Budweiser, or Michelob Ultra cans now through December 19th for your chance to win a trip for 2 to watch your favorite NFL team live, plus weekly prizes. Details at currentcnmi.com.
Hey bro, can I grab your bush?
Yeah, man, go for it.
Right on. Thanks, bro. Hey bro, can I grab your bush too?
Sure, bro. Go ahead.
Thanks.
Now I can grab my own bush. Saipan, it's time to grab your bush. Pick up a 12-pack of ice-cold bush, and you're in for more than just a refreshing beer. Every 12-pack gives you a chance to win exclusive bush gear and more. So don't wait. Swing by your favorite store, grab your bush, and join the fun. Because here in Saipan, the best moments are even better with Bush. Grab your bush today.
Our story began yet.
In the morning light, good vibes all around. Everything feels right. Brad on the show, bringing joy to our day. In the Marianas breeze, let the worries drift away. Yeah, that was the air. Our connection grows stronger. We show that we care. Rock on to feel the soulful flow. Flip right on in Mariana, that's where you belong. The sweet island breeze and the ocean's embrace. Brad got the stories, sunlight behave. Southside meditated, fall in this ride. Yeah, we're shining with love as our guide. So raise your voices high, let the music play on. Good morning, Marianas, we're where you belong.
Nina's Kitchen, so delicious. I need a burger and a soda with it. It tastes so great, got me so addicted.
It's just too much.
Gotta go and get it.
Ina's Kitchen, so delicious. I need a burger with some soda with it. I'm telling you. Ina's Kitchen. By the way, this light is a little bit too harsh. I gotta dial this back. I thought maybe I needed it, but I think maybe that's a no. I gotta dial this back quite a bit. Pow, 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 pow. Okay, maybe it might be too dark. I'm using a different camera today because I really we had an interview in studio yesterday that we're saving to launch tomorrow evening. So it coincides with something else that's happening tomorrow evening. And we were shooting it, and it looked so good having this other camera over there. So I'm like, oh, what? I've got someone else coming in for the show today in about 15 minutes. And I want to have that camera. Dang it. You know, it just means I'm going to have to buy another expensive camera over here. And that's it. Yeah, no kidding. I know, Luisa. And on National Nacho Day, too, right? I mean, are you kidding me? That's the things that I deal with this morning. Anyway, good morning, Marianas. It's great to see you at 7:45 here on Thursday. Thirsty Thursday, indeed. And, man, it's thirsty for the skies because we've been getting some rain. And it's kind of ridiculous. Right now, we have some hazardous weather conditions. That's right. We have a special weather statement. Apparently, I can't speak. Special weather statement this morning. We've got a high surf advisory all the way till tomorrow afternoon. And we also have a rip current statement until tomorrow afternoon as well. Currently, it is 82 degrees up there at the Saipan International Airport, and the humidity is at 85%. But again, that big deal that we're talking about is the rip current statement and the high surf advisory all the way till tomorrow evening. Well, tomorrow afternoon, really the evening, 4 p.m. But today, what are we looking at? Well, I'll tell you. Good question. We're looking at showers and possibly a thunderstorm. Cloudy skies, high near 86. Winds out of the east, 15 to 18 miles per hour. But it's going to be gusty out there. Gusts as high as 24 miles per hour. And we were definitely feeling them. We have a high chance of rain. Okay, Inez, you guys are great, but I got to slow that down a little bit. We have a rather high chance of rain today, 60%. And I know it's something because we've already had some of it today. And man, oh man, can you believe it? It is a rainy one out there. And we're going to have more of it today. And right now, the roads are already wet. I can see they're slick because of the drizzle that we had this morning. So be careful out there, Marianas. This is not what you end up needing if you want to be crazy. We're going to share this with you guys, a shot that we took this morning, because it is beautiful outside today. We did have a great view. You know, the moon has been amazing the last couple of nights. And we were checking it out this morning. We got the moon over Garapan. And get over here. What do you mean you didn't go yet? There you go. Just go. There you go. We are going to show you this photo because it was great to take a look at it. But anyway, let's do this. While you guys are on your way to work right now, and I'm waiting for that photo to transfer over. I don't know why it's going so slow. We're going to get you guys updated with your traffic out here in the Marianas so you can get to work nice and easy with Tadza Problema on your way to the work site. I'm telling you, it's going to be a good day today. No matter what you thought it was going to be, don't worry. Today Thursday is going to be your best Thursday so far in your entire life. How is that possible? I'm psychic. I didn't tell you that before, but now you know. All right, let's start over there by Shell Dandan, where you can see there's a little bit of traffic. Folks trying to get all the way around there. Coming down the hill, you're good to go. But if you are making your way through Aslito to get to the light, you're going to get a little bit of a backup all the way to that little creep road, Dajon Drive. Dajon means sneaky way behind Joe Tendandan, is really, I think that's what it translates to. Also going to be slowing down when you make your way in front of NMC. As you're making your way over there, you can see there's folks waiting behind the bus stop over there. But when you get down the hill, you're in good shape, especially by the intersection that matters, at the place where connections matter, because there's no traffic down there over there by IT&E right now. It's the best. Even Beach Road's looking good by the courthouse, and Marianas High School's looking good too. You are, though, going to get a little bit of delay if you're in CK making your way north, trying to get past that intersection by the post office. It is slow, but it's even slower when you get down there by Hopwood. That's right, Hopwood, Chalumpiau's intersection down there. It is slow in just about everywhere you want to go. Once you get up to Hildo and get on to Chalummonsignor Martinez, you're pretty good until you get to Shell Dandan. Let's take a look at the Back Island Road, where right now kind of looks okay. There's only a few cars that are waiting over there by the mobile station in Cagman. Even the Merienda, capital of the Marianas, and Capitol Hill is looking pretty good. All right, we're cruising through Puerto Rico, and everything's great until you get to the pickleball tennis court intersection. There's definitely traffic going on right there in direction. You're not going to go anywhere fast over there, so don't be in a hurry. If you're heading south, leaving Garapan, you are going to get held up over there by the light by JG Sablon Ice and Water. Same if you're trying to make your way north. That is just a light that's going to take you all night. Ow! Over there by the NMI Museum, folks heading north are going to be slowed down a little bit, but not too bad. I wouldn't even worry about that. I would call that the Tazza intersection. How about in Gualarai, folks heading north a little bit? But where people are really getting held up right now, folks heading south past Gualarai, you are getting slowed down all the way down to, you're almost stuck all the way to Pacific Wholesale. That's almost all the way to Quartermaster. It is a slow go. It's the slowest go from Gualarai to Quartermaster. It's gonna be painful. Look, you're not going to be able to pass people. You're not going to be able to get around them. Don't try to do anything crazy. I'm just telling you, that's what's going on right now. It is not fast, so that's it. All right, folks, let's take a look. Once you get over there to Beach Road, you're good to go. The intersection out by us is pretty sweet, too. So you can't complain about that. Well, you could, but it's not going to do you any good at all. You know what you could do if you really want to complain about traffic? Well, you could just head over to Transit CNMI and hop on the Blue Line. The Blue Line is getting you everywhere you need to go, from the Paseo all the way down to Totoville and everywhere in between. That's right, Transit CNMI, they've got comfortable seats. They've got air conditioning. They've got the sweetest smelling bus drivers in the world. And you know what else they have? Free Wi-Fi. And they've got service for you from 6:30 in the morning to 8:30 at night, Monday through Friday. On weekends and holidays, it's 6:30 in the morning to 8 p.m. Yes, 8 p.m. because those riders and drivers need to have a life too. Well, here's the good news. It's only going to cost you $2 to get you anywhere you need to go on the Blue Line. And if you are a student, a veteran, active duty military, Monamco, or you've got a disability, that's only $1, baby. I got one even better, right? Yeah, it slices, it dices. No, if you are a military member, if you're a veteran, if you're in the Coast Guard, whatever, if you want to get a ride with Transit CNMI this month in November, it's free. Hey, even better, if you've got your immediate family members with you, it's free too. No, that doesn't mean your great auntie from Portland who's just visiting. No, your immediate family. She can go with you too. Or he, or she, or whatever, your immediate family can go with you this month for free. If you're active duty military, a National Guard, reservist, or if you're a veteran. Now, you got to bring your ID, and they got to be traveling with you if it's your immediate family. They can't just walk up and say, hey, found my dad's service? No, you can't. You got to actually have that person with you so you can hop on. But it's all part of Transit CNMI's Give Back. And they are just amazing. You want to find out where they are? They're everywhere right now. You can see one's over there by the at a gym. It's about to pass us. In fact, you might even see it as it goes past us in the screen here. We'll just pop it on there so you can see it. There's a southbound one that's probably going to pass us going in the other direction just a little bit too. Because if you go to transit.cnmi.gov, you can see where the buses are. And that's one of the reasons why they are the award-winning small transit service in the entire United States. In fact, there's 2 southbound trains right now, 2 buses. They're not trains. If all of a sudden you see the Sugar King chugging along on a train today, something else is going on. We're a little bit closer to Halloween. That guy came back. This is a bus, not a train. I'll tell you what, though, if we had a train, I bet we could get a train built faster than Hawaii can build their monorail. Is GPPC building the monorail in Hawaii? I don't know. It's possible. It's possible. All right. I think I gave enough love to GPPC about that. So, Nate, by the way, one of the other things that I love about Transit CNMI is they got free Wi-Fi on there. So if you hop on the bus and you're getting around in the CNMI, you get to surf the web for free. Who says surf the web anymore? That's like so like 1996 or something. Anyway, but you can be on you can get access to everything that you need, all your apps and all that other stuff. Shoot your next OnlyFans on the bus. You can. That's something you can do because they got free Wi-Fi. But some experiences may differ. No, I don't want to see your only feet video. Thank you. I love it. All right. Yeah, Mark, was that your horn during Halloween with the laughing? That was awesome. I loved it. I thought that was your stereo. That was really cool. I really just thought that was the stereo kicking as you guys were cruising through Garapan. But yeah, that was pretty dope. And I'm like, man, somebody's cool out here. I just didn't know who it was, but now I know it was you. I didn't actually see who was driving, but that was cool. Driving around with that was pretty dope. I definitely thought it was cool. All right, I'm going to try this, sending this over to the computer again. I'm not sure what happened, why it didn't go through the last time. There, now it's there. And we'll just show you. This was a shot from our deck this morning. It was before the sunrise, and it looks brighter than it really is in this picture. I'm trying to, it's zooming in a little bit too much. So it's not all that great, but the shot of Garapan that we get to have is pretty. Oh, hold on, I gotta turn off this camera because I haven't set that yet. But that's what it looks like right now. There you go. Thanks for that notification. But that was from our deck this morning. That looks like it's bright outside. No, it's that night camera with the phone. So. Thanks, man. But that's the night camera with the phone. It was actually a lot darker, and it was just lighting up Garapan. That was around 5 o'clock this morning. So that's it. I love it. Tobot's like, you look stoned, dude. Dude, you know what this is? It's a totally different camera. This is the real good camera we have is over here to the left. The real super fancy schmancy. The one that we got right in front of us is the old, this is just like a legit webcam. So that's what we're rocking with today. So I have for Eileen, who's coming in today. She was gonna come in last week, but we got her in today. We got her with the fancy schmancy, the Sony. I want to see how it would work on this little supports thing that we've got over here. So the lighting's different, the camera's different. You might even see it change focus a little bit. We want to try it. Yeah, okay, camera, he says. Could you imagine? I don't know how anyone could kind of do this show smoking. Not in the morning, not to get up that early. I know there's people who do the old wake and bake. I've just never been that guy. And I don't know how people can make that happen. Mr. President, what do you think would happen with those guys?
We're going to kill them. You know, they're going to be like dead.
I know, right? I don't think that would work for me. The new camera makes you look 5 times more handsome. Oh my gosh. Thank you. I will send you that direct deposit, Mr. Roberto. You got it. No kidding. Oh my gosh. Tobot says he'd been on hold since 7 o'clock with those guys. You know what? You want us to call them and find out? You want us to get to the bottom of it for you? We will call them and make that happen. Good morning, Eric Mopna. It's good to see you this morning. Thanks for you tuning in this morning. Over there on the YouTube side, I want to say good morning to Agrigan. Oh my God. Or is it Agriganja? I think it's probably Agriganja. Like, I like that. Agriganja 10, totally on board with being stoned on the air this morning. Thirsty Thursday, indeed. Good to see you guys. Man, it's true story. True story. Hey, yesterday, it's official. I was voted prom king. Well, I'm at least one of the four. It seems like a popularity contest more than anything. It is to be on the Saipan Chamber of Commerce board of directors. I am happy to do it. It's so funny because I was just talking to Kathy the other night. I'm like, maybe I'm just not going to go and do the election. I think maybe I will just pull out of there and call it a good run and stay back from it. But, I just like doing this Armed Forces Committee stuff too much. I could probably still do that and still stay connected to it and still be on the committee and all that, probably. But, I do enjoy it. It's the one thing I really enjoy. I love being, in the loop for everything that's happening news-wise, too. Like these conversations with the governor and what kind of take should the chamber do. I don't really get into the Government Relations Committee because I have too many opinions, and I just don't need to share them all the time with everyone about everything. But the Government Relations Committee, maybe one day. But I like my Armed Forces Committee because I get to deal with a whole bunch of cool people who actually care about all that stuff. And we get an opportunity to try to network the military when they come in with our local businesses and work with the Commonwealth Bureau of Military Affairs. This year we're doing something really big. I want to say thanks to some of the folks from the Chamber and the committee for even coming up with it, because Francine came up with the idea about us really getting involved with the Toys for Tots. And I'm really glad that we're doing it because the Chamber has been a part of Toys for Tots since it came here, right? The Marine Corps Reserve is really the driver for the Toys for Tots program. They link up with a nonprofit anywhere, and that is one of the things the Chamber is. And so we coordinate together. Now, what's happened here in the last 6-7 years or so is that the Marine Corps has been working in coordination with the Chamber and the Commonwealth Bureau of Military Affairs ever since it was stood up. And since that's happened, we have gotten the government involved too, which is pretty cool. So we're able to work with them. But the Chamber, the staff at the Chamber has done so much work to try to really make this a great program. So this year, after seeing all the headaches, the stress involved with the buildup to the Toys for Tots program, it's like, hey, they've only got a team of like 4 people. We have on our Armed Forces Committee a whole bunch of people. Can we help? Can we get involved? And so that's what we're doing this year, finally. Finally, we're going to be able to help them out a little bit, but that's going to be the big thing that we're doing, and that's why I'm glad to be a part of it. So I'm pretty thankful about all that. Yesterday, also a great day over at the Chamber. Ooh, there's that rain we were talking about. That 60% has become 100% right now. Yesterday, we got to hear from CEO of CHCC, the First Lady of First Aid, Esther Muña, was giving some great updates, and we're going to give you that information today after we chop it up a little bit and post it for you about everything that CHC's been doing, what they've been working on, and it's always great to get an update from her. But what was really cool is that the guys from Marianas Press just hit 1 year. Well, they officially hit, I guess, on the 15th, but they're hitting their 1 year anniversary this month. And so it was an opportunity for them to talk about like what they've done for the past year. And it was pretty cool, to see, where they started, where they started from scratch too. And they made their way up and they're still going. They got a good team. They got a bunch of folks who work hard for them and because they love honing their craft and they're doing so. Congratulations, Marianas Press, on your first year. And but it was great to see them at the Chamber and all that yesterday. Oh my God. You hear the sirens going again. What is it going to be behind us? Is it an ambulance or a police car? Ambulance. Dude, DFEMS, yesterday, they had 3 calls yesterday. They started with the fire, then a car accident, and then that car accident that was right out here. I'm telling you, it was crazy, that accident that happened right out here while we were doing that interview in studio. And like, I almost want to just play you that little part of that clip because of you can hear when we're asking a question with the folks who are in studio, and you hear like somebody was honking their horn, and then bam, you hear the impact, and then you could hear the sound of the metal as it's like wobbling around before it hits the ground. I'm like, we're up here on the 3rd floor, and that was kind of far away, and these microphones don't really pick up all the external sounds, so that was really, really loud. Then we went down there and gave him some water and checked on him, called 911. It got the medics over there to check out the guy. And one of the guys in the accident, they're both a couple of local guys, the guy in the truck and the guy in the car. But the guy in the car, man, is a guy that we really like. We've been following him since the mini games. Seth Sablon, a medal winner. We hope he's okay. He definitely looked shaken up after that, but no, didn't look like there were any serious injuries. And we're hoping all the best for you today. Hope you're recovering. I'm sure you're feeling it. That accident, you're probably feeling it today, but we hope you're feeling a lot better. All right. That's funny. So we got a picture sent to us this morning from Landon Aylet. Our friend in the weather business is also quite the traveler. And let's put this on the screen. Could you tell us where you think this is? He said, hey, one guess. Where do you think we are? I'll tell you my logic. No, what I told him. I mean, essentially, that's an escalator, but a wooden escalator. That's all wooden. Now, of course, there's going to be machine parts in there that aren't wood. I know. But all that external stuff, that's all wood. Those platforms look like wood, too, right? So I told him, I mean, I don't know. I know he's making his way back to the mainland, but I told him, like, well, hey, in Holland, they make wooden shoes, so that's pretty close, maybe, right? Is that what you're rocking? He's like, well, I'll give you the mainland. He still hasn't given me the answer, but hopefully he'll tell us. I don't know if he'll be able to tell us more about the weather today, though. I would love to hear more about it. He's still not back. He's still traveling. But, yes. Hold on. Want to share the weather? Question. Yeah, we'll see if he's able to do that for us today. I doubt it because, again, he is traveling, and he's got a lot to do while he's doing it. We did get him the other day. Sure, is the question. The answer to that one that just came in, yes, sure, that sounds great. All right, hey, wait, let's go. I'm going to backtrack a little bit. It's 8:05 in the morning right now, and we did get you guys news updates, so we're going to go just a little bit. Here it is. LJ Castro, he's responding to me saying, I could really use a good joke or two this morning. He says, how do you get 4 Chamorro ladies angry? A, have a 5th Chamorro lady shout, bingo! Well done. Well done. I love it. London, no, that escalator is in the mainland somewhere in the mainland for sure. At least that's what he told me. Let's see if I can get it. Boom. Now we'll see if he'll tell us where it's at. I know he's always out there giving us tips. It's like, where in the world is Landon, San Diego? Hold on. All right, let's see if we get him on there. OTG, that's really supposed to be or. Whatever. You try to be fast. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That's a dangerous game in this business, I'll tell you that. Speed over accuracy. You don't want to mess around with that. I did hear a good joke that I'll share later, I promise. I will. You don't know it, but I'm going to do that one. Hey, good morning to Richard Lazama. Good morning. Thank you, and great to see you again. I know you've been messaging us from all around the world, too, which is pretty great. Hey, Mark was talking about that horn that he had for Halloween. He's like, hey, it was a DIY project he learned from Wendell Posadas when he was still at NM Tech. Glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, it was great, man. Wendell Posadas, man, I love that guy. When I don't know if he still has his business with the maintenance and everything, like the mechanic shop and all that. But we used to always go to Wendell. And now I've started going to one of his friends over there by the airport, that the Abhu maintenance place. Great spot. People are super nice, and they get the job done for me really quickly and really well. And man, I had a flat tire when I came back from a trip to Guam, and I was at the airport. They came over and jacked up the van, took the tire back to their shop, fixed it, brought it back, installed it. I didn't even have to do any of it. And it was like nothing. They charged me like $25 to come out to me and do all of it. That was great. Now, if I would have rolled in there, that would have been different, right? But I was not rolling anywhere. So I'm thankful for that. That was a great deal over there. I'm a big fan. Hey, if you guys have other jokes, bring them. We will absolutely take them. We will absolutely take them. Yeah, that supermoon was last night or this evening. Whatever one it was, it looked amazing. I'm telling you, Garapan looked amazing from our place. I was quite a fan of how it looked over Garapan. That's this morning. It was something special. And it was just the light of the moon. That's not the sun creeping up or anything like that. And that wasn't deep into the night. That was just this morning, somewhere around after 5 o'clock. So, yeah, not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. All right, I do want to talk, not that one, geez Louise. I am going to talk about a couple things, but we're going to take a real quick break because I want to get you guys more of the updates that we have from the news, because they come out all the time, and I want to make sure we got them for you. So here's a little weather update for everywhere else that's interested in sports. Or maybe not. Maybe today's that day. All right. Well, there we go. It should be working now. Let's find out. We're going to try one more time. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Come on, Craig Herrera. Well, Craig Herrera's getting nothing from us. That's what we get. So let's just scrap that. Then we'll just go right to the news update. That sound like a plan? That's the one that's waiting for you. Here you go from Associated Press.
AP News, I'm Ben Thomas. The Supreme Court's heard arguments over President Trump's tariff policies, and there was some skepticism from the justices. Ed Donahue has a report.
The case involves the tariffs first announced in April on almost all U.S. trading partners, and the ones from February on imports from Canada, China, and Mexico. Solicitor General D. John Sauer justified it, saying President Trump declared separate national emergencies under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. Justice Sonia Sotomayor responded.
So Biden could have declared a national emergency in global warming and then gotten his student forgiveness?
Conservative majorities blocked President Biden's $500 billion student loan forgiveness plan and other of his administration's initiatives. Massachusetts Democrat Ed Markey in the Senate has a message for the Supreme Court.
Rein in President Trump's king-like power and stop him from turning Main Street into Payne Street.
I'm Ed Donahue.
President Trump's in Miami to speak to business leaders and athletes on the anniversary of his re-election to a second term. Earlier, he addressed Republican senators on yesterday's election results, which saw Democrats win the governor's races in Virginia and New Jersey, and Democratic Socialist Zoran Mamdani elected mayor of New York City.
The shutdown was a big factor, negative for the Republicans. And that was a big factor. And they say that I wasn't on the ballot was the biggest factor.
A hearing today in the criminal case against former FBI Director James Comey. Eric Tucker was in the court for us.
The federal magistrate scolded prosecutors and ordered them to turn over a trove of materials. He said he was concerned that the Justice Department had taken a posture of indicting first and investigate later.
A couple of private economic updates cheered Wall Street to gains. ADP's monthly report showed private payrolls rose more than expected last month, while the services sector expanded. This is AP News. The first college football playoff rankings came out last night. Gethin Coolbaugh has a look.
Ohio State received top billing in the first college football playoff rankings of the season, followed by Indiana, Texas A&M, and Alabama. The top three head into the final 4 weeks of the regular season undefeated. Another team with no losses, BYU of the Big 12, was ranked 7th. At number 5 was Georgia, followed by Mississippi. This marks the first of 6 weekly rankings the committee will release this season, ending December 6th, when the final list will set the bracket for college football's 12-team playoff. I'm Gethin Coolbaugh.
And with the World Cup draw coming up in a month's time in Washington, D.C., FIFA has announced it's created a Peace Prize, which it plans to award at that time. It'll recognize exceptional actions to end conflicts and promote unity. There's more news at apnews.com. I'm Ben Thomas. Thanks for listening.
If you see something, say something. And stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Wake up, sunshine, it's a brand new day. Brad's got the stories that'll light your way. Take a smile on his face, he's ready.
All right, Marianas, we are calling him. I can see that he is answering the line as the music is playing. But there we are. I can see him. The man, the myth, the legend. He is in the mainland, it looks like. And now I can't exactly tell just yet where he's at, but I know he's there, wherever there is. That looks like New York to me.
It's a little bit of a New York feel out here with the Big Apple. And if you see that tower right there, that's the beloved Empire State Building.
Aha! Well,
New York City in its prime.
So where was that wooden escalator? I got a real distinct, like Woolworths kind of feel from it.
Yeah, that is the Macy's flagship department store on 34th Street.
Wow.
Right down the street from the Empire State Building. And that's one of my favorite places to go in New York City because wooden escalators, who else has those?
Yeah, they are awesome. They wouldn't do great in Saipan. We have too many termites.
Yeah, same thing for Guam. Too many termites. And so, yeah, it's not always the best solution, but they're awesome to ride on.
This is great. I imagine you're not the first person in the history of New York City to go live with a camera shot there. But, man, it looks great. The hustle, the bustle, all the action, and people just walking around. And it looks pretty clean.
Yeah, it's pretty clean. It's not so bad. I'm trying to keep a close eye on my phone and my bag behind the phone so nobody grabs it and runs off with it. But I am on the corner of Park Avenue and 34th Street.
No kidding.
So a great happening place in Manhattan.
It seems like it. Have you bought a $5 Rolex yet? No.
Not yet.
Awesome. Now, how much time do you have in New York and before you move on to your next?
Woo. I will be heading back to LaGuardia Airport in about 13 hours from now. I do have a meeting with the former ambassador to Micronesia, Carmen Cantor. She is retired and left federal service, but she's actually here in New York City. So we're going to meet together for dinner very shortly, just down the street from here.
How great is that? I'll tell you, with all the lights that are behind you, it is putting that shine on you that it almost makes it look like you're superimposing yourself over some other kind of screen. I know that's not happening, but it's got that look.
Yeah, that is New York City for you. It's a very magical place. It's just so much happening out here in every direction. So You got to stay on your feet, but it's always exciting.
You definitely got to stay on your toes when you're in New York, right? People from all walks of life are there. It's the melting pot. You can make it there. You can make it anywhere. And
somebody's making it somewhere.
yeah, I can see that. I could hear the fire truck, and there it is.
FDNY in the house.
Yeah, that is they're calling it a 9-a-landin is what's happening down there right now with you there. Hey, so what have you been able to do downtown since you got there?
You know, I've been walking all over up and down the city, walking everywhere between Lower Manhattan to Central Park, Columbus Circle, Pershing Square. We have, I met with the architect here in Times Square, who was a former world record holder for the tallest nickel log tower. He set it in 2018 in Toronto, Canada, and we broke his record in 2022. And so we've become friends over the years. And so he works on a lot of skyscrapers here in the city. And we were looking at the one Vanderbilt, the summit, yesterday, and we had about a 3-hour tour of the tower. It was amazing. Amazing stuff that he's got going on with so many skyscrapers across the city.
Wow, I am just continuously amazed by your network. that is rather vast.
Yeah, it's been amazing coming to be friends with Dan, the architect, and he does a lot of civil engineering. He does a lot of the facades of buildings, so he's not the civil engineer that works on the actual engineering of the structures, but he works more on the facade. And so the observatory at the one Vanderbilt was one of his big projects, and my gosh, what a beautiful experience that was.
Sounds like it. Now, normally I'm seeing you walking around with a Krispy Kreme hat, but over your shoulder is a Dunkin' Donuts, it looks like.
Yeah, they were sending me some threatening messages.
Jeez.
And actually, I'm going to go walking right quick as I go to my dinner meeting. But again, this is Park Avenue, and just construction everywhere, hustle and bustle everywhere. I'm going to try to get away from the salary just a little bit. But I do have the Krispy Kreme hat. It's down here in my bag.
Nice.
As well as some Krispy Kreme souvenirs. But it's just really an amazing city.
Well, it sounds like a serious fire down there.
Yeah, they're going toward the direction I'm having dinner, so I hope it's not the restaurant.
Well,
we'll find out soon.
Whatever you order is going to be well done.
Yeah.
So I know you've got dinner, and then you're going to be you're heading out. But if you got that long of a layover over there, I mean, like getting downtown is not exactly easy from the airport.
Yeah, that's correct. Unfortunately, I'm in LaGuardia. I'm staying with a friend in Mineola, which is just down the street from LaGuardia. So it makes it a whole lot easier for me versus Newark, for example.
Nice. You got your bear over there. Hopefully you'll find
Boston Over Park. That blue building, that is the Vanderbilt.
No kidding. Looks amazing.
Quite an amazing observation experience atop the tower.
That looks
so if you're in New York City, come check it out.
No, that looks like something that would be a challenge with the Lincoln Logs, with all those angles.
Yeah, he and I were talking about Lincoln logging that, and I don't think it would be possible. Some of the earlier renditions would have been possible because it was more straight edges, but they went with that angled design, which would be very complicated with Lincoln logs.
Now you're walking down some of the historic brownstones out there in New York City.
These are very antique-looking places.
They
Not as antique as Madrid a few days ago, but very antique.
Yeah, very expensive. That is not going to be an inexpensive unit over there.
Yeah, I still have to make my millions in the weather service, then I'm going to fall way short. I did put in an offer on the Steinway Tower. That's one of the most exclusive residences in the world, but they wouldn't take my $1,000 deposit.
Yeah, they fought in your general direction. Hey, now we got more sirens going over here. New York City. It looks relatively mild over there.
It's pretty mild today. It's about 63 degrees Fahrenheit here compared to probably the 87, 88 in Saipan right now. definitely bone dry. I was looking at the radar for Saipan, and that tropical depression is still well southwest of Guam and will not be making a direct passage over the island, which is the good news. But you will be dealing with some of those gusty winds and the showers and thunderstorms as the outer bands sweep up over the Mariana Islands.
Well, that's not too bad. I'll tell you what, though, for the beginning of November in the 60s at night in New York City is really great.
Yeah, this is pretty balmy up here, and so the weather has been phenomenal. It's been rather boring. I guess we're saving all the action for the Mariana Islands, but here in the States, it's just been rather dry for 3 weeks that I've been over here.
Wow. I'm just amazed by all those garbage bags on the street. I know that that's how they do it. The trucks come by and pick it all up, but my gosh, that's a mountain.
And it goes somewhere. Where does it all go? And this is every day.
Yeah, no kidding. All right. Well, I know you're on your way to dinner, and hope you guys have. Tell us about the place that you're going. Is it pretty fancy?
We are. I'm about to find out. It's going to be a Thai place over here on 2nd Avenue on the Middle East side, and we'll find out very shortly. Never been here.
Wow. Well, it looks pretty good, and you're able to find your way around downtown pretty well.
Oh, it's pretty easy. I like Saipan. All the streets are in a gridded pattern, so it's very easy. You got 1st Avenue, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and then the streets go east to west from Lower Manhattan all the way to the north end of Central Park. So very easy to find your way.
Well, to be fair, we've only had street names for about 15 years.
and that's pretty good.
Yeah. We used to have 3, and they were unofficial. It was like Beach Road, Middle Road, and Back Island Road.
You know, I can live with that. And then everything in between. Don't expect me to build that tower. That was a very complicated one. They're angled apart from each other.
Yeah, that looks crazy. And those guys, even the firefighters got to deal with traffic. It seems like you're getting there faster than they are.
I might be. I might have to start splashing some water.
So what is that? What are those buildings that are angled away from each other? Do you know what it's called?
You know, I'm not sure what those buildings are. I think my architect friend, that was one of his projects. He was working on the glass facade, so I might have to ask him and find out more details about it. But you'll see it in a lot of TV shows that have a cityscape of Manhattan from the distance. And it's just a cool looking building.
All right. Well, for all the people just tuning in, you're watching Sidewalking with Landon. He's in New York City right now. And he gets points. If I had the sound effect for like Super Mario Brothers for all the coins, every time you pass a garbage bag, you'd be racking up a mass amount. Bing, 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 bing. There you go. And you're making your way. You are making your way downtown. I don't know how the rest of the world. Tunnel exit. Is that for the Lincoln Tunnel?
You know, I'm not sure. There's a tunnel right over there, I think it is. I think the Lincoln Tunnel is on the west side, but don't quote me on it.
All right. Well,
that one is not made of Lincoln logs.
If we had Scott Dottino on here with us, we'd be able to find out pretty quick. All right. Well, you're on your way to a fancy dinner with Carmen Cantor. You're giving us a good old weather report. You just spray painted that on that building, and well, maybe not. But now, how do you maneuver through all this stuff?
Very delicately.
Well, no kidding. At least now we know.
We could be doing pull-up from these bars.
Yeah.
It could be a nice little body weight exercise program.
Can do. You can see that they make use out of their pallets after they're done with them too.
Yeah, they do. I think they use everything. The architect was telling me that when they built the brand new J.P. Morgan Chase Tower, which is a powerhouse in the city, I think 93% of the building is from recycled materials.
Oh my gosh.
Because they wanted to justify building a new tower versus staying at the old and smaller tower. And it's just incredible what they can do to recycle materials and objects from skyscrapers.
What kind of a reset do you get after living on Guam for years? and then you make your way out to like the big city like this. It kind of puts it into perspective a little bit, like the spot where we live.
Yeah, I'm always a little bit more hesitant to drive when I'm in a big city like this because I'm used to the island roads and the island traffic and the island speeds. It's a little bit different when you're over here in the city.
Oh, now you're getting a bit closer. How many blocks do you have left?
I think this is the last block. This is 2nd Avenue. There's a great shot of those towers right there.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to look for 625. Yeah, that's a beautiful tower right there.
Yeah, it looks like that movie Idiocracy, where the building was like kind of falling into the other one. It was held up by tape or rope.
Yeah. It's a pretty cool building. I don't think we'll be Lincoln logging that one.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, well, I'm just waiting to see what this restaurant looks like.
I am too. But I'll take pictures and send it your way.
Yeah, that sounds great. Wow, just amazing.
Somewhere on this block.
By the way, we did get a different guess for your location for the wooden escalator. LJ weighed in, said that he thought it was London. I'm like, nope, he's in the mainland.
I would love to go to London one of these days.
Yeah. So this is it? This is your restaurant?
It's somewhere over here on the block. I'm going to have to find out which one it is and then dive around.
Nice. Well, we'll let you get to it. Don't want to have you hanging out too long, but I know it's always easier for me to find, oh, look at all those fire escapes and all that stuff. Man, takes me back. It feels like I could be on that street right now. I know that temperature, just a little nip in the air, nothing too bad. You can enjoy it. Oh man, good times. The Four Seasons.
It's really perfect. Yes.
All right. Hey,
all right.
Any?
I'll stay safe over there with the weather.
There you go. I was just gonna say, any shout outs to anybody or anything out here before you go?
No, not right now, but stay in tune with the latest weather forecast as this 32W remains in the vicinity. Again, no direct passes, but it's going to be windy and rainy the next couple days.
All right. Well, have some fun out there in the mainland. We look forward to seeing you back here. I know it's going to be a little while.
Yes. Be back very soon.
All right. Take care. That's Landon. Thanks for joining us from New York City. Touring us around and showing us all the cool stuff that are out there. That's nice when we get that. He gives us those check-ins from all over the world, wherever he is. He still gets the weather in, of course, and that was great. Hey, by the way, folks, we reached out to the AG's office to try and get some information. We saw the story that's out there regarding some legislation that was introduced a couple of years ago. From Marissa Flores about the subpoena powers for the Attorney General's office. So we're trying to get something from the Attorney General's office about that, which we think it would be pretty great. Also reaching out to BECQ again to find out more about what the final thing was with SuperTech with that littering thing and the dumping. And because there were people who messaged us what happened, that they ended up getting a warning for that and everything. And then you guys have told us that there are some other folks who have seen them in the South doing some stuff too. So continue to send that stuff to us. If you get some photos, you get some videos, send it our way. We don't have to identify you as the one who sent it to us. Don't worry. Unless you want to be, then we'll put it on there. It's easy to do too. Speaking of like following up on things, it was really sad to see it. It happened. We got the word after the show yesterday, while we were doing that interview that we told you about. Well, just before we went to the chamber stuff, that cyclist, the guy who was with that bicycle the other night, the photos and the videos that we showed, he ended up succumbing to his injuries, and it is said we definitely prayed for him already and for his family. We still don't have his name, but just that's a terrible way to go, and it's just as bad, I know, for the driver of that vehicle, who I told you he looked really shaken up and like genuinely concerned about everything when he was on the side of the road talking with the police officers and the firefighters. So just a tragic accident that happened just 2 nights ago in Puerto Rico on the side of the road, and it tells you that we definitely need a better, safer area to walk through there, because there's not one. There's not a safe way to walk through that area at night. I'm not talking about bike lanes and all that other stuff. I'm just talking about walking through there is not a safe place to get around that corner, to get around that bend, to get from that Puerto Rico shell, to get around the corner to Sugtasi, the bottom of Issa Drive. Yeah, there's just no way to do it, and no way to do it safely. Even on the side of the road, it's more of the water runoff, and you mix that in with all the little drops of oil or drops of fuel that go through there. It is slick to go through there. So there's no safe way to do it. Now, I saw a lot of the comments, people saying, oh, does that bike have any reflectors? Does it have any lights? No, it doesn't. You know, and that's it. That was not easy for that driver. It wasn't easy for anybody going by to be able to see him. And so you got to give the driver of the vehicle, you know, some, you got to give him a break on that one. You can't blame him for all that stuff. It's awful, right? And you know, it's just a crappy situation. You know, it just sucks all the way around. There's nothing good about that. And you can't make anybody feel bad. You can't point the finger and say, that's your fault, you're the worst. No. Oh, that's your fault, you didn't take care. No, I mean, it's just a bad situation. You know, it just sucks for everybody. And that's a real tragedy, you know. And we hope that, you know, he's in a better place right now, because it looked like it wasn't an easy go for him anyway. You know, again, we saw him using that bike, but as a way of like helping transport stuff. I saw him walking, you know, not that day, not that night, I mean, anyway. But in the days prior, I saw him walking that bike around and using it to help transport stuff, going to the store, strapping that 5-gallon bottle of water to it, pushing it up the hill, you know. And in those pictures and the videos that we showed, you could see that, you know, there's grocery bags attached to it. You know, maybe he's just going to the store, picking some stuff up and making his way back. Just sucks. And maybe through that tragedy, it's an opportunity for the CNMI to do something, or at least here in Saipan, to do something about that one spot. You know, I remember Judge Govindo lost his son in that area, coming around that curve, and it took a tragedy for them to do something about that, because they didn't used to have those concrete barriers around there, you know. And then in that same area now, you see how dark it is. Maybe that's what it takes to get something lit up. Maybe that's what it takes to get that sidewalk put in for people going by, so they don't have to get in the road and in that kind of situation. You know, having it better lit, making yourself more visible, yeah, but I'm talking about like just having some of the basic stuff in there to make it easier for folks to see it would be great. And so maybe there's something positive that can come out of that tragedy, and we hope the best for that. It just sucks. Plain and simple. All right. All right. We could take a real quick break, but maybe to cheer us up a little bit, Subligson has thrown out a joke. He's like, all right, we were talking about needing jokes today, so there it is. He's like, where do you put dad jokes? In the database. I know, dude. That's good. I can't groan. So I did groan. But that was good. It was good. Good and terrible. All right. I have a good one. I have one. I'm just holding on to it. I'm debating with all the things that I have said on this show over the last year and a half. This is the one I'm holding back on. Because it was funny. It definitely made me laugh. All right. We got one more before we take a break. PJ says, how to make holy water. How do you make holy water? Let's find out. We're waiting on the punchline coming all the way from the Pacific Northwest as PJ's with us online here. How do you make holy water? Let's find out. We're waiting. I have 0 guesses on this. How do you make holy water?
Still waiting. Maybe she's looking it up. Maybe there's a delay. I know there's a little bit of a delay. Let's find out. So anyway, maybe that's the cliffhanger that we'll come back to with the commercial. I think that's the plan. All right, we're going to find out how you make holy water right after this.
Hey, bro, can I grab your bush?
Yeah, man, go for it.
Right on. Thanks, bro. Hey, bro, can I grab your bush too?
Sure, bro. Go ahead.
Thanks.
Now I can grab my own bush. Saipan, it's time to grab your bush. Pick up a 12-pack of ice-cold Bush, and you're in for more than just a refreshing beer. Every 12-pack gives you a chance to win exclusive Bush gear and more. So don't wait. Swing by your favorite store, grab your Bush, and join the fun. Because here in Saipan, the best moments are even better with Bush. Grab your Bush today.
Cuts in U.S. air travel. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. The FAA just announcing a 10% reduction in capacity at 40 major airports to maintain safety as a government shutdown continues.
I anticipate there will be additional disruptions. There will be frustration. We are working with the airlines. They're going to work with passengers. But in the end, our sole role is to make sure that we keep this airspace as safe as possible.
Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says the capacity reductions are part of a larger plan to reduce the pressure on airport staffing, as some of the air traffic controllers working without pay miss work, taking other jobs to support their families. The House and Senate Democratic leaders sending a letter demanding a meeting with the president on the shutdown and health care costs. President Trump telling Fox's Bret Baier Democrats need to support a stopgap bill to reopen government.
They become radicalized lunatics, actually, in a true sense, they should automatically extend, and we will make a deal as soon as they do. As soon as they do, we'll make a deal.
The president, citing pollsters, also says the shutdown was a big factor in Republican election losses yesterday. But House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries hears a different message.
An extraordinary rejection of the extremism that the American people have been experiencing since day one of Donald Trump's presidency.
Fox's Brett Baer speaks with the president and also with Jeffries, airing tonight on Special Report 1 hour from now, 6 Eastern. The NTSB says the left wing caught fire and an engine fell off as a UPS plane crashed shortly after takeoff yesterday in Louisville, gaining enough altitude to clear a fence at the end of the runway.
Shortly after clearing that fence, it made impact with structures and the terrain off of the airport property.
NTSB Chair Todd Inman says they have the flight data and cockpit voice recorders. That crash now blamed for at least 11 deaths. America is listening to Fox News.
It's Will Kane Country. Watch it live at noon Eastern, Monday through Thursday at foxnews.com or on the Fox News YouTube channel. And don't miss the show. Listen and follow the podcast 5 days a week at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
President Trump telling a business forum in Miami.
After last night's results, the decision facing all Americans could not be more clear. We have a choice between communism and common sense.
He calls New York's incoming mayor, Democratic Socialist Zohran Mamdani, a communist. The president says Democrats offer an economic nightmare, though he also now says he wants New York to be successful, suggesting he'll help them a little bit. This just hours after Mamdani named his transition team.
In the coming months, I and my team will build a city hall capable of delivering on the promises of this campaign.
Mamdani has said he won't be intimidated by the president's threats to hold back federal funding. The Supreme Court hears arguments in the legal fight over the president's use of an Emergency Powers Act for tariffs.
It boiled down to this question: do these tariffs the president has levied equate to taxes? And if so, doesn't the taxing power rest solely with Congress? There were 3 hours of heated arguments, very tough questions for both sides of the aisle. Nearly every justice expressed skepticism at some point about how the president has used these emergency powers. Justices Kavanaugh and Barrett kept returning to this question: if the plaintiffs in this case concede that the president does have the power to shut down trade altogether, why wouldn't he also have the power to do something lesser than that in imposing these tariffs? But Justice Jackson argued that Congress's intent in passing this law was more about limiting the president, not giving him even more power.
Fox's Shannon Bream at the High Court. President Trump has called it a life or death case for the country. The U.S. Treasury and Commerce secretaries and some members of Congress all inside the court for those arguments. A partial rebound on Wall Street, the Dow gaining 225, the S&P up 24, the NASDAQ up 151 points, but all three were higher during the session. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News.
Wow. I wanted to have some kind of music or something coming out of there, but I'm watching that video of the security video of the dash cam of that plane crash that they were talking about. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but we'll put it on the screen for you. It's just absolutely insane. When you do see it. Here we go. This is that UPS flight going through. Look at that. That's the wing clipping and spilling that fuel all over the place and exploding. That's the dash cam video. And, no survivors from that. But unbelievable. It looks like something out of a movie. It is absolutely something out of a movie when you see this thing. Look at that. Just unbelievable. And it's a real tragedy that even happened. But wow, just watching that view, there's other views of it. Here, let's see if we can't get this version of it. I just don't know how much audio there is to it, so I want to get that out. This is also a stunning video of this. Here we go. So, in fact, I got to take my part off of this because it's hard to... you're going to miss out on some of the footage here. So let's just roll down here and cover me up. That'll probably really help with you guys too. Boom. All right. So, look, that's the screenshot of it while I pause it. You could see the plane sideways right there. Just unbelievable. all the different angles that people saw of this, parts of the plane, then the fire being extinguished and all that stuff. Just incredible, like unbelievable footage of what happened there. The stuff that you just can't see unless you're watching a movie, really. And so that was just, with this tragedy that ended up happening yesterday that we were following too. Just, we got stuff going on here for sure. But when you see something like that on just that catastrophic thing, could you imagine if something like that happened here? It would be just crazy. All right, guys. 8:47 in the morning, and the weather here is going to be a lot better than what it started off with today. Roads are still wet, so be careful out there. 83 degrees. It actually got cooler as the day's gone on here. Humidity 82% up there at the Saipan International Airport. Again, we're looking at some wind and some storms out here today. Showers are likely and possibly a thunderstorm. It's going to be windy, gusts as high as 23 miles per hour. 60% chance of rain today. And we are doing all this because this storm that is passing through us and below us and to the west of us right now, it certainly is not as bad for us as it's going to be for other folks in other places. But for right now, that storm that's being tracked is making its way below us and starting to gain some strength and get ready to continue moving on its way to possibly Philippines. But we just know that it's going to go somewhere, continue going to the west to us. So at least we don't have to worry about it. But this thing is the one that's formed southwest of us yesterday, southwest of Guam. We could zoom in a little bit and let you see exactly where that's at and how big that storm is. But again, it's just starting to take some shape. It's still not a typhoon, but you can see that that's where all that's moving. That's why National Weather Service is tracking it, and that's where they're going to end up going. So let's see if we can't move it up a little bit faster, see where it's going to be maybe over the weekend. How about by Saturday? I know they're predicting this to turn into a typhoon and potentially a pretty strong one on its way out based on where it started. Oh, geez. Zoomed out a little too far, too fast. But that's it. And by the time you get to Monday, that's too far out to be as predictable. But they're predicting that it's going to go and hit the northern islands of the Philippines on its way to China or to Taiwan. But that's days from now. And for right now, for us, it's looking pretty good. So not too bad. All right, we still didn't get the end of that joke, PJ. I think she forgot about it 13 minutes ago. She's like, how do you make holy water? Well, I don't know. I don't know that answer. We're still waiting on it. The world is waiting on your answer. Where is that answer? We just want to know, how do you make holy water? Is it about, like, keep people guessing? Is it one of those jokes? Because if so, you got me. I'm out. You got me. I'm out. Let's see. By the way, I tried doing something. I want to hear if we can actually hear this and how it turned out. We were having some fun with AI audio. We haven't given these ones a try yet, so we don't know. But let's give this one a shot. See if you can figure what this is about.
He wears a suit but swings a club. Justice in one hand, the other a glove. Courtroom's calling, but he's out of range. His office looks like a driving range. Order! He yells when asked to speak. Order! His stance is strong, but his alibi's weak. He won't talk unless there's turf. Won't debate without the earth. Greed and man and claw beneath his feet. Fair way, justice can't be beat. Hey!
bad, not bad. That is, if you got any guesses of what that's about, that's hilarious. Larry, I want to try this one. Here's another version. With the same prompt. Yeah.
He wears a suit but swings a club. Justice in one hand, the other a glove. Courtrooms calling, but he's out of range. His office looks like a drive-in range. He yells when asked to speak. His stance is strong, but his alibi's weak. He won't talk unless there's turf. Won't debate without the earth. Greener than a curb beneath his feet. Fairway justice can't be beat.
All right. That was a little bit of fun with AI music. I still love the stuff that we did for GPPC the other day. I'm sure they don't love it as much, but I had a lot of fun with it. But I didn't realize it comes up with all these different themes. Some of them, we do the lyrics for them, and then sometimes they just say, "Hey, go ahead and auto-generate. Let's see what you get based on my prompt." But this children's version of the one for GPPC, I think, is like a hidden gem. I didn't like it at first, but it's growing on me. Maybe if it'll actually play, I'll like it even more. Well, if it's playing, I can't hear it. Oh, here, come on, let's go. No? Of course not. All right, well, that's today. That is how it's going to go for us today. I think it's going to be fine. That's it. Sometimes things are going your way. Sometimes, not too much. Well, anyway, we'll be back. I saw that I found. Thank you for the screenshot, letting me know about the punchline for that joke. I'll get you the joke. Maybe what do I got? Maybe I got something I can play in the meantime as we're working our way to our joke. Yeah, we could probably do that. Here, where is it? Boom. All right. All right, here's the joke. And then we're going to send you off with the joke. This guy's walking down the street. And he sees this buff dude walking down the street. And he's got like the tiniest, smallest little head. And the guy's like, "Hey." He's like, "Dude, you're all buff and stuff, but, what's going on up here?" He's like, "Well, I saw a mermaid. And she was all tied up with all these different fishing lines and all that other stuff. And I cut her free and let her go." She's like, "Well, I am a mermaid, but I can grant you one wish. And what would that wish be?" He's like, "Well, how about some passionate lovemaking?" And she's like, "Hey, I'm a mermaid. I'm not really equipped for that. We'll try something else." He's like, "Okay, how about a little head?" It's so stupid. All right, that's the joke. Guys, we'll see you tomorrow. So stupid.